Right now on GMK, millions of Americans are gearing up for the busiest Thanksgiving travel season in years. We're live at the airport before the travel surge with how you can prep to hit the skies.
He was shot during the Breonna Taylor protest this morning. He's talking about why he's suing his own department, the pressure to stay silent, and the other claims he's laying out. All right, everybody, it is 6 a.m. on your Tuesday morning. Good morning to you. I'm Eric King.
And I'm Grace McKenna. We're very glad you're joining us here on this Tuesday before Thanksgiving. A lot of folks may be having their last day of school, their last day of work before the holiday, so we're glad you're waking up with us.
And a lot of people going to the grocery stores and making the line stretch all the way from the U-Scan back to the meat department. I'm just saying, Mallory, that is what is happening in our local grocery stores as of yesterday.
I try to avoid the grocery store at all costs the week of Thanksgiving, so good luck for anybody heading there today. Thankfully, no weather issues this morning to get in your way, whether you're staying here in Louisville in the Kentuckiana area or you're hitting the roads, hitting the skies. Temperatures as you step out the door at 6 a.m. on this Tuesday, many of us starting to dip down into the upper 30s. We had a cold front that moved through yesterday evening, brought us that light rain, brought us some gusty winds, and now temperatures are falling behind as clouds decrease. So you can see the wind arrows here. They're coming in from the northwest. Yesterday, we had wind arrows from the southwest. So that's why it was milder. Now those temperatures are starting to drop. You can even see that here on our 24-hour temperature change map. We are running anywhere between 5 to 25 degrees colder than this time yesterday. That is the impact of the front as it continues to track eastward. It's taking that rain along with it, now moving into Virginia, the Carolinas, West Virginia, up into Pennsylvania. Here at home, we're seeing those clouds gradually decrease. That will make way for some sunshine today. Will be some cooler sunshine with highs in the mid to upper 40s, right around that 50-degree mark in Louisville, so only running a few degrees below normal for this time of year. But our weather pattern stays active this week. We have more rain moving in late Wednesday into Wednesday night with temperatures really plummeting by this weekend. We'll talk much more about that coming up in our 7-day forecast. In the meantime, let's take a look at the roads. If you are heading into work on this Tuesday before Thanksgiving, you can see the Kennedy Bridge looking good, Lewis and Clark Bridge, a few cars out there. 64 and the Gene Snyder flowing smoothly at this time, so no major accidents or incidents to report of, but of course I'll be watching that throughout the morning.
Mallory, thank you. So today is the first official first day of the holiday travel period with 80 million people on the move through Monday.
And for many of you, that'll mean catching a flight, for myself as well. I'm going to be heading, Jim, to where you are, Louisville Muhammad Ali International, later tomorrow night. But what's going on there this morning?
Well, Grace, I mean, you may have missed a really good opportunity because take a look behind me. The line at TSA at 6 a.m., not all that long. We really haven't seen it get out of control all day long for the Tuesday of the holiday weekend, the first day of travel. I mean, this is looking really, really good. We don't expect it to be like this for the entire week, though. I mean, we're looking at potentially record-setting levels nationally. AAA is saying that they expect about 5.8 million people to take to the skies this holiday weekend, which would be a record. It'd be up 2% from last year and up about 11% from pre-pandemic levels. And last year out here at Muhammad Ali International Airport, you may remember, I mean, there were some big projects that just got finished. The baggage claim had just been fully renovated. They had added a couple of more TSA checks before the holiday rush, and then they predicted about 100,000 Thanksgiving travelers to come through the airport throughout the Thanksgiving week. But SDF has already seen some record-setting travel this year for spring break, for summer. So today, when they announced their projections around 10:30, it could be projecting another record-setting level. Now again, those airport officials will be out here with AAA officials at 10:30 to announce their holiday forecast. We're going to be carrying that coming up at 10:30. We'll have more updates for you coming up at WHAS11 News at noon. Coming up, though, in the next half hour, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about some tips that you can use to expedite your travel process this holiday season. Grace, Eric?
We'll look forward to that. Thank you. In other news, a man has died after he was hit by a car on Fern Valley Road. The LMPD says it happened around 6 last night near the I-65 ramp. Police say he was wearing dark clothing at the time and was hit while crossing the street. The driver did stay on the scene. This is the same area of Fern Valley Road where a woman was hit and killed last Friday She too was crossing the street.
Right now, Jeffersonville police are investigating 2 separate homicides that happened within 48 hours of each other and just a mile apart. Some who live in the area have been on edge ever since.
Yeah, my uncle Phil, he was shocked about it, that it was right next door, that this occurred. No, it's mostly quiet around here pretty much. I mean, everybody here, somehow somebody knows somebody. And, it's been peaceful and quiet until now.
Detectives say 2 men were killed. One shooting happened Saturday morning on Indiana Avenue. The first happened Thursday on Comp Avenue. Police connected 19-year-old Anthony White to that case. He currently has a warrant out for his arrest. Police say White has ties in Jeffersonville and Louisville.
Metro police are looking for a 3rd suspect in a string of robberies. Police arrested 2 men on Saturday, Dontre Crooms and Sanchez Brown. They're charged with multiple counts of robbery and fleeing from police after an alleged armed robbery spree across Louisville. Police say Crooms admitted to driving the group around to commit at least 7 robberies, including 2 at Mid-City Mall. Metro Councilman Ben Reno Weber attributes police training to their quick arrests.
Our capacity to do this kind of work and investigation has gotten better since we've had more time for the officers that we've hired since 2020 to get the training that they need to be effective.
According to police, the suspects were arrested at the BP gas station in Beachmont, where they found stolen credit cards in Crooms' vehicle. St. Matthews police say they have an idea who the 3rd suspect is, but need to investigate more before making an arrest.
A new lawsuit has been filed against LMPD by one of its own officers. The officer claims he was shot in the line of duty because of the fallout from the death of Breonna Taylor. WHAS11's Alex Dieterer and photojournalist Levi Hammer have the details. We do want to warn you that some of this video could be hard to watch.
All I can remember is just hearing, aerial bangs go off. That's when I felt something hit my abdomen and fell back that night.
The night of September 23, 2020, Broadway and Brook. Robinson Desroches was one of the 2 LMPD officers shot during the Breonna Taylor protests.
I called for my mom several times that night.
His recovery took a year before he was able to make it back to work. Now, 4 years later, Desroches is suing LMPD for racial and disability discrimination.
He told them the truth was he was shot because LMPD killed Breonna Taylor and failed to promptly release accurate information to the community about that.
Attorney Sarah Collins filed the lawsuit. The lawsuit claims Desroches showed signs of PTSD, struggling with loud noises and crowds. Other officers noticed this and reached out for peer support services. The lawsuit claims the peer support commander said in reply that she believed that he was playing the system. The lawsuit goes on to say Desroches was offered no peer support or intervention measures.
Officers who are going through trauma are penalized for speaking up.
In response to the lawsuit, LMPD said, quote, "The department takes seriously any accusations of harassment and or discrimination. When employees injured in the line of duty are ready to return to work, LMPD strives to provide reasonable accommodations to place the employee in alternative roles in the department until they're cleared by a doctor to return to full duty."
I'm standing up on behalf of all my officers.
Alex Dieterer, WHAS 11 on your side.
The lawsuit says Desroches took workers' compensation leave earlier this year. He had mental health treatment and was evaluated by a psychiatrist who determined he won't be able to return to work soon. In August, he says he was informed his police powers had been suspended.
Mayor Craig Greenberg will join officials from the Louisville Fire Department today to talk about the city's new abandoned property team. This team will be led by the Louisville Fire Department and will help identify vacant properties. Just last month, a vacant home in the California neighborhood caught fire. Today's announcement is at 10 a.m. at the Louisville Fire Department headquarters downtown.
Mallory, coming over to you. What's one thing we need to know?
Hey, Grace, noticeably cooler as you step out the door this morning. Behind yesterday's cold front, we have wind chills in the 30s as you step out on this Tuesday. We will have some cooler sunshine around today, but then I'm tracking our next rain chance late Wednesday into early on Thanksgiving. I'll be timing that out coming up in our 7-day.